Hello guys, today I'm going to show you a very intense battle between the chess legend Vishwanathan Anand and the creative genius Richard Rapport. This epic clash was played in the round 2 of the Gashimov Memorial held in year 2021, and trust me, this is a bone-chilling battle full of twists and sharp tactics. So make sure to watch till the end. I am your host Bison, and the game begins with the move. And this is known as Konstantinopolsky variation. Here white is preparing for bishop to g2. And this complete setup is known as Petrov defense. Here you can see that white can play bishop to g5, pinning this knight in the future. And here you can see that black is preparing to castle, and by seeing this, white played bishop to g2. He is also preparing to castle, and finally both sides castled. Okay, so this move is played by white to stop any threat like knight to g4 or bishop to g4, which pins this knight.
Really blue. Mm-hmm. So go. Mm-hmm.
Okay, so after knight to f6, Here white can continue the game with d5, targeting this bishop as well as trying to break this solid pawn structure. And suppose if game continues, here black can play bishop to d7, and suppose if game continues, then white can play knight to d2, takes, 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 and this position is better for white because you can see the advanced pawn of the white. Okay, so after the move knight to f6, here white decides to play queen to c2. Okay, so instead of capturing on e5, after the move b4, here white must consider the move which is queen to e2. Okay, so this move protects the black to play queen to b5 or queen to a6 so that this bishop can't be captured. Suppose if game continues, then bishop to b5. Suppose if black tries to attack the queen, then queen to d2. If queen to a6, then simply bishop takes b4, bishop takes b4, queen takes b4. And yeah, you can see that here white is great. Okay, so after the move b4, here white can also play the move queen to d2. With the idea, suppose if simply bishop to b8, and you can see that white is threatening to capture this b4 pawn, and this queen to a6 move will be failed. Okay, so in the actual game, after the move knight takes e5, now it's better for black to bring back his bishop to c5, creating pressure towards the white position, and in the next move black is threatening to play queen to b5, targeting this bishop, but instead black blunders and played Now it's better for white to take on f2, threatening queen takes f7 check, but instead he gives a check from the d8 square. And here obviously you can't take on b4, otherwise black will give a discover check on the king and grab this queen. So let me tell you something why I am saying that after the move rook takes a5. Yeah, after this move. Okay, so why I am saying that after this move, why rook takes f2 is a good move. This is because suppose after game continues like rook takes f2, here black can play suppose f6. Now comes queen to d8 check, king to h7, queen takes a5, and clearly this position is completely winning for white. Okay, so after the move bishop to b6, yeah. Here, instead of capturing back, white can actually play this move e6 because suppose after takes, rook takes e6 and you can't defend on g6 by queen to g7, otherwise white will play rook to e7 and you can see that black has to lose his queen as well as the game. But after the move bishop takes g2, Vishy actually captured on g2. Okay, so instead of the move h4, here white must consider the move rook to e2, targeting this e6 pawn which can't be defended, but instead he played Here white can continue the game with queen to d7 because suppose if game continues then king to h6, queen to e8 and e3 and you can see that white is doing great. And suppose if game continues then queen to e4 threatening to play queen to f4 and in the next move you can see that this check and after this check white will exchange the queens which is the only option left for black to exchange to exchange back, and white is a rook up and completely winning in this position. Okay, so in the actual game, after the move e4, here white missed this move and instead he blunders by playing rook to g2. Okay, some of you might be thinking that why this move is a mistake. This is because here black can continue with here black wants to play bishop to e5, blocking the route of this queen. That's why. I think there is a threefold reputation in this position, but I can't understand that why both players didn't agree to draw. Instead, Anand continues the game with Now in this position, white have two options to continue the game. First one is queen to b6 with the idea of promotion, and after this move, before white here after the instead of this move, here white can also play the move which is rook to c2, and if queen to e1, rook to a2, e2, queen to e3, and you can see that no one can stop this pawn and white is completely winning here. But after the move queen takes b4, he blundered and played Now here it's better for black to play bishop to b2, keeping an eye towards this a1 diagonal so that if white tries to mate black, then this bishop will act as a guard which protect the black king, and due to equal pawns this position will be completely equal. But instead of bishop to b2 after king to e6, here Vishy played bishop to d4, which is a huge blunder because rook to c7 check, king to g8, and now it's better for white to continue the game with rook to c8 check with the idea of king to g7, rook to c7 check, king to g8, rook to c4, bishop to b2, g4, takes, king to h7, king to f7, king to h6, rook takes g6 check, and you can see that white is completely winning here due to this pawn, but he missed that move, and instead after king to g8 he played rook to c2. And here some of you might be thinking that why this move is a blunder. This is because now black have to just find the move which is bishop to a1, and here white can't do nothing because suppose if rook to g2, now comes bishop to c3, and if white tries to play g4, then after takes, king to h7 guarding this pawn, and if king to f7, if white tries to capture this pawn, then simply king to h6 check, king to h5, and in the next move black will capture this h4 pawn, and you all know that a bishop versus rook is a draw. But after the move rook to c2, he missed that move and he blundered again by playing king to g7, and again here white can give a check from the c7 square with the same idea which I mentioned earlier, but he missed this again and he played Now it's better for black to bring his king forward to protect this g6 pawn, but he blundered and played. Now this position is completely winning for white because you can see that now no one can stop this pawn from promotion. And finally, in this position, Vishy Anand resigned. What an amazing game by both players. Thanks for watching. I hope you liked this video. Hit that subscribe button for more because it motivates me a lot. This is your host Bison signing off. Bye bye.